lagging something, but I did heavily upgrade the sprites and expand it, but all the overlays and everything else in the game is made by me, just everything except the main character's sprite, because I didn't really have an idea about how to go about that. My first attempt was just a circle ball with arms, which didn't look too good. Anyway, I can't remember what this thing's called, but we'll attack it. It's called an Ice Fiend, a common name in Final Fantasy games. And let's see if we can get 2 hits in here, and we can. It's nowhere near as strong as the static hedgehog, at least. Oh, and we leveled up to level 5. 14 strength, 83 base hit, 5 defense, 5 meditation, and 510 maximum health. Your meditation level it means that when you meditate, you will gain more health. Yeah, that's pretty much all it does. Still useful. The gold you can get in the game is random, but every NPC gives gold. The bones are I dropped, it's always dropped no matter what kill you get, ignoring the fact that slimes wouldn't have bones in the first place. Oh, and here's the second NPC. It sells fire sword, lightning sword, wind sword, steel sword, ice sword, shadow sword, water sword, light sword, and earth sword. But you can only buy the sword of your element. So let's buy fire sword, and I have just enough money for it. And I will unequip the steel sword and destroy weapon, steel sword, and equip sword, fire sword, and now we have a cool looking fire sword. It was a pretty hard decision to go through making sword shops, because it did take a lot of time, but once again worth it. I believe it also tells you your base strength when you equip the sword and unequip the sword. So the base strength without the fire sword is 53, and the base strength with the fire sword is 83, and the base spec damage is 138 damage. It gives you all sorts of statistics here. And let's kill this little bugger again. And we died. I think I jumped the gun a little there. It's weak, but it's not that weak. If you have full HP and try to heal at the altar, nothing will happen. And here's a water slime, or at least I think it's a water slime. And we absolutely owned that. What level are we now? I am level 5. I think I'll try beating the Demon King at level 6. And the bug uses Wind Bullet. I can't remember why I made the bug Wind Element. I think I gave it String Element, but then I couldn't be bothered giving String Element a font, a HTML colour, so I just changed it to Wind. I think it's the weakest enemy in the game. Yeah, it is the weakest enemy in the game. Except maybe one of the slimes, but I can't really remember. Oh, and the Rogue Ninja uses Shadow Katana rotation, which does 75 damage. I have no idea what Shadow Katana rotation would even do, but I'll leave that up to your imagination. Oh, and here we have an enemy we haven't seen before. It's kind of like us except more angelic looking. It's called the Light Angel and it is a heck load of HP. I believe it's one of the stronger of the enemies in the first area. And it uses Light Demi. Demi is also another Final Fantasy move which takes a quarter of your health, but the Light Angel just does 175 damage when it uses it. Oh, and our Fire Dragon attack does 241 damage now. A lot higher than the 100 or so it was doing before. And we are level 6. And our base strength hit is now 95. And our base special attack is now 150. And with that, let's face the first boss. Oh, well, there's a troll first, so we'll get that out of the way. Oh, a rock golem. I think this is the strongest or second strongest normal NPC in this area. And it uses rock punch, which does 200 damage. I think this is weaker than the Light Angel, but it is one heck of a punch. 251 damage, not bad. And we gained 15 experience from that. And now we need 15.1 experience for each for our level. A lot higher than it was earlier when we only needed 4. And we're level 7. I've completed this game countless times, testing it and just going back to play it over the last few years. It's a really fun, like, half-hour game. It's not hard, it's not stressful, it's slightly tactful, but mostly it's just a fun little game for you to play in an odd half hour. So yeah, this is the first boss, like the Wii room. And guess what the boss's name is? The boss's name is Friaza, so this is going to be one confusing fight. Friaza's special attack is Water Katana Slash, which does 500 damage, so you need at least 501 damage to even fight Friaza. I mean 501 health. If our health was under 419, 500, then we could die at any moment. And Friaza has 1000 HP. Oh. Luckily for us, Friaza won't heal. That's another reason that I didn't want to make it a server-based game. I wouldn't really know how to go about giving each player their own bosses. Here. As you see, when I click Breakthrough Sandwall, it doesn't do anything. It just says down here, you're not strong enough to separate the invincible sandwall. But maybe beating Friaza over here will change that. And I forgot to heal. Just trading one of my bones for an altar prayer. I usually bury the bones, but every now and again it's handy to pick up a bone to give you an altar prayer for when you die, so you don't need to spam recover. I actually only spent a week on Byond before I started making this game, and only spent about a week on the game, but I did spend that entire week working on the game, so it was a lot of hard work. I was also at college during the time I was making the game, so for most of the time I was a little busy, but for the week or so that I actually spent making it, it is a pretty good game. Although because I only spent a week on it, it has got a lot of negative feedback, but it's probably because they were expecting more, but I don't really mind. I myself love the game, it's a really fun game to play. Oh, and what do you know, we're level 8 now, we've beat Friaza.